Happy International Zine Month! Today is day 5 and the prompt is micro-adventure. For me, that meant travelling to New Asgard. So what is a micro-adventure? A micro-adventure is an outdoor adventure that is small and achievable for normal people with real lives. And the concept was made widespread by British adventurer Alistair Humphreys. I'd highly recommend checking out his website for lots of great tips and ideas for having your own micro-adventure. I'll leave the link in the description below. So where did we go on our micro-adventure? Our micro-adventure was a day trip to the beautiful fishing village of St Abbs, or as it is more commonly known, New Asgard. This tiny remote village was used as a set in Avengers Endgame and became the home of the remaining stranded Asgardians. The nerds in us knew this was going to be the best adventure. We'd be able to mix our love for the mythological Norse god lore with superhero shenanigans and enjoy the rugged beauty of one of Scotland's most beautiful settings. The village is named after Eve, a 7th century Northumbrian princess who struggled ashore here after being shipwrecked and promptly founded a nunnery, as you do. The St Abbs harbour is unusual in that it's not owned by a local council, but is instead owned by the people of the village and is managed by the Harbour Trust, which is made up of local villagers and fishing folk. I promise those tiny black dots are puffins and guillemots and cormorants, but you'll never know because my camera quality is not good enough. The St Abbs Head National Nature Reserve is adjacent to the St Abbs and Eyemouth Voluntary Marine Reserve, and the area is internationally significant for the wildlife both above and below the waters. The village itself is small, with only one local shop and a post office, with a little cafe on the harbour side. We parked a few streets away from the harbour and walked down the rocky hill, excited to get to the house that Thor had lived in, and wandered around the picturesque working harbour. It was a beautiful day, sun shining with a touch of wind just to remind us we were in Scotland. Stuart here, facing off with a sheep. We were too excited to hang around the harbour for long and hurried up the hill and along the road where we had seen the infamous sign. Yep, it was selfie time. How could we not? St Abbs, twinned with New Asgard. After suitably nerdied up, we headed along the gravel path to the foot of St Abbs Head and walked along the rocky cliff edge. The full path would have taken us around 2 to 3 hours to complete, but we did not have the time and just walked around to see the nesting seabirds. I think in the future I'd love to go back and do the full walk. We spotted guillemots, puffins and many gulls, although we were too far down to see really well, and we made the decision to add binoculars to our adventurer's pack. We sat on top of the highest peak of the cliff for a while, out of the way of the main path, while the grazing sheep behind us slowly edged closer and closer to us. It was a perfect, blissful moment, sitting hand in hand with Stuart and gazing off into the sea. Once we got home, I uploaded, edited and curated all of my images from the adventure and set to work making my zine. I used Photoshop to pull it all together and wrote up the notes from the adventure to add in as my story alongside the photography. The zine functions as both a document of our adventure as well as a teeny tiny travel brochure. I want to make more of these in the future and I want to document all of the adventures that we have. I think it'll be a nice record for us, but I think it'll also be a really great way for me to share places that we've loved with other people. I hope you enjoy reading all about our mini adventure and seeing the photography from this stunning Scottish coastal village. Once my zine was finished, I printed off some copies, cut, folded and listed them in my shop. If you want to read all about our adventure, pop down to the description and follow the link to my shop to grab your own copy. And don't forget to drop me a comment below with the micro adventure that you had. I'd love to know what kind of zine you made with your adventure. And be sure to hit that subscribe button to see more zine related content from me. That's all for now. Happy adventuring. Bye!